everyone. Welcome back to another great episode of Simone with the Sports. I'm Simone, bringing you guys the daily sports talk. So if you haven't already subscribed to the channel, make sure you stop what you're doing, which is watching this video. Make sure you leave a comment, make sure you subscribe to the channel, and keep rocking with me. Also, make sure you check out the links down below. One to buy me a coffee to help fuel this channel. Shout out to everyone who bought me coffee so far. Also, there's another link down below to shop the official Simone with the Sports merch collection. So make sure you go shop the official Simone with the Sports classic tee and or hoodie. Also, make sure you subscribe to our podcast, Tough Calls, where me and Dylan have some of your favorite sports analysts, former and current athletes, chop it up with us on the pod. And if there's anybody you want us to interview on the pod, make sure you drop in the comments. Let us know who you want to hear us interview, because I know I haven't been giving you guys that much interviews lately, but that's because I've just been really busy with work, and you guys know I interview people for my job, and all my interviews have been for my job lately, so I haven't been bringing you guys that many interviews. But if you're missing the interviews, let me know who you want to hear me chop it up with, and we gonna make it happen. You know what I'm saying? But today, guys, let's talk a little bit about what's going on in these NBA streets. So the NBA trade deadline is this Thursday. Woo! We've been flirting with the NBA trades for the longest now, pretty much since the beginning of the season. And so a lot of questions are still on the table for the Sixers. What we're going to do, Tobias Harris depth-wise. What we're going to do is still some of you guys who want a veteran guard. There's a lot of questions there. Now, we'll say, now Aaron Gordon has requested a trade from the Orlando Magic. We're going to talk about that. Also, Kyle Lowry. I know he said he didn't want to be traded, but now trade talks are heating up for Kyle Lowry, literally and figuratively, because the Miami Heat are now reportedly extremely interested in Kyle Lowry, as with the Sixers. But someone did report that Kyle Lowry is more interested in going to the Heat because of his friendship with Jimmy Butler. So who will end up with Kyle Lowry? Will anyone end up with Kyle Lowry? Will the Sixers end up with Kyle Lowry, or will it be the Miami Heat? Obviously, Kyle Lowry is an extremely useful piece for any championship contending team. He is a guy who is a floor general. Even though his defense had fell off because of age a little bit, he's still a top tier defender, will hold his own, especially around the perimeter. So if it's a guy like Ben Simmons guarding the team's best player, Kyle Lowry can hold down the perimeter as well. Also, Kyle Lowry is a guy who can get it done, catch and shoot. He's a great facilitator. He can create his own shot. He can facilitate the pick and roll. He can just do it all. You see what he did with the Raptors last season, almost single-handedly taking down the Celtics. Just imagine if they had another piece in Toronto. Just imagine if they kept their bigs. Just imagine what Kyle Lowry would do on a team like the Sixers, or even a team like the Heat. Because Kyle Lowry is a guy who can play with other superstars in the backcourt, obviously playing with DeMar DeRozan and playing and winning with Kawhi Leonard. So Kyle Lowry is an all-around floor general guy, gets it done. He's got the dog in him. He's got the killer instinct. But, you know, the Sixers aren't the only team interested in him. But also, we got to talk about Aaron Gordon as well. Now, Aaron Gordon did request a trade from the Magic. He's a guy who's really a traditional three, but he can play the four as well. But, of course, there's a lot of teams that's interested in Aaron Gordon, as he wants to, of course, go to a championship contender. Now, Aaron Gordon will be an unrestricted free agent in 2022. So that boasts the big question. Does Aaron... Obviously, that makes him more attractive to teams because he's not a long-term option. But that makes Aaron Gordon pose the question of, will I go to a team that's going to extend me? Because obviously the goal is to cash out and get paid. Now, the Sixers are a team. Daryl Morey was reported a few weeks ago saying they want to make a big splash. Obviously, Aaron Gordon or Kyle Lowry is a guy that would be a big splash. Now, let's talk a little bit about Aaron Gordon's numbers. Now, a lot of teams are obviously interested in Aaron Gordon, and a lot of teams that would obviously pose a threat for the Sixers. Of course, they're saying the Knicks, the Celtics, the Nets are all interested in Aaron Gordon. 4 teams we don't want getting any stronger. Now, the Sixers have been doing great. Joel Embiid, we're going to get into Aaron Gordon in a second, a little bit more into his numbers. But I just want to say this. The Sixers have been doing extremely well without Joel Embiid, an MVP guy that they're missing, and they're still just straight up embarrassing teams. So they straight up embarrassed the Kings. Obviously, it's the Kings, but I'm saying, like, Ben Simmons got hurt. Joel Embiid got hurt. Tobias Harris had to lead the game. Tobias Harris has been playing out of his mind. The Sixers are dangerous. Our bench has been stepping up phenomenally. Shake Milton is looking like that dude coming off the bench, being a leading scorer for us against the Knicks. Then you got Ben Simmons, who's just going on a tear. You got Danny Green, who's now knocking down those shots. He's knocked down so many clutch shots for us against the Knicks. Just guys just elevating, stepping all the way up. Matisse Thybulle knocked down a clutch 3 for us against the Knicks last night. Matisse taking shots, making some of them. You got Danny Green playing well. I know Tobias Harris didn't have the best game last night shooting wise, but the Sixers played bad last night and still pulled out the win. So that just shows you like the grit, the heart, the gut of the team. They went into overtime with the Bucks, then they went into overtime with the Knicks. You know you got to be extremely tired, but they just laying it all on the line. I say all that to say, would y'all be mad if we don't make a trade? If we don't make a trade, how would y'all feel? Do you guys think we need to make a trade? Do y'all? And when I say need, I'm saying to win a championship. That's the end goal, to win a championship. We got Tobias Harris playing amazing. We got Ben Simmons playing amazing. We got Joel Embiid playing amazing. We got Seth Curry splashing, dripping, the drip, drip, drip. We got Shake playing great, leading the unit off the bench. Do y'all see us winning a championship this year? Because, you know, money gets tight. Next year, pieces, who knows, might have to get moved. People might break up if we don't get it done this year. We got everybody playing elite this year. So will we win a championship this year with this roster, or do we need to make a trade? Now, let me know that in the comments. But let's talk about Aaron Gordon. Aaron Gordon is kind of having some season highs. So Aaron Gordon is a guy who is a career 44% shooter from the field, 32% shooter from the 3. But this season, he is shooting 40% from the 3. So he is shooting well above his career average. He's playing exceptionally well this year. Obviously, he's going to be an unrestricted free agent in 2020. So, you know, you got to pad the resume. But he's shooting 44% from the field still. He's a career average of 12.9 points per game. This season, he's almost averaging 15 points per game. He's also a guy who is a great passer as well, because you know the Sixers our passing has been extremely phenomenal this season. Obviously, with Ben Simmons, one of the best facilitators in the game, but he's also an elite, top-notch defender as well. Eric Gordon is. So he's a guy who will be great coming off the bench, because Danny Green's defense has been top-notch, top-tier. Danny Green is definitely finding himself. So that leaves the question of, obviously, if we get Kyle Lowry, we have to give up a lot. Now, with Kyle Lowry, they are expecting to want back a vet, a young piece, a vet. So the vet that contract matches up the most is Danny Green. But will they want Danny Green? Then they want a young piece, so Tyrese or Matisse, and they want picks. Are you willing to give up all of that for Kyle Lowry? Let me know. Aaron Gordon is a guy who requested a trade today. Do y'all think we can get him, have him come off the bench? Shake Milton and Eric Gordon coming off the bench? That's crazy. That's out of the world. Not to mention Korkmaz's been splashing a little bit lately. That's crazy. So let me know what you guys think. Who are you interested in? Are you interested in anybody? The trade deadline is Thursday. What it do, what it don't. It's about time to figure out who are we getting. Are we getting anyone? But make sure you like this video. Make sure you leave a comment. Make sure you subscribe to the channel. Make sure you check out some of my other videos as well while you're here. Also turn your notification bell so you won't miss out on a single drop. Especially with the deadline coming up Thursday. Are we going to make a move or are we not? You want to stay tuned. You want to stay in the loop. Also, make sure you buy me that coffee down below. Also, make sure you shop the SymoneWithTheSports official merch collection and subscribe to our podcast, Tough Calls. And until I talk to you guys next time.